By the way, Al Heyman promoted Eddie Murphy and Rick James. Real rap. It's crazy because normally on Sundays, I rarely do videos on Sundays, but this one just had to be done. So right now, December the 21st, 2014, news is via Boxing Scene that Adonis Stevenson is going to be most likely fighting Fonfara in a rematch. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, well, that's not too bad. No, there's a reason why it's bad is because we can get Stevenson versus Fonfara when Stevenson may have had a tough time, but he won the fight, clearly. But we can't get Danny Garcia versus Mauricio Herrera again. Mauricio Herrera is a Golden Boy fighter. Al Heyman fighters fight on Golden Boy cards. None of this makes any sense to me, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the reason why I got to say, oh, before I move on, thank you, Al Heyman, no matter what the disagreements. Thank you, Al Heyman. Thank you so much. But I'm pissed because it's all right. When I did my post-fight video, and I did a Google Hangout right afterwards, if you don't know what Google Hangout is, look it up. And I talked about potential opponents for Adonis Superman Stevenson. And automatically I thought, okay, think like Al Heyman for the Fonfara rematch. Think at the options that are available out there. Bernard Hopkins for the Fonfara rematch. Now, of course, you got Breimer, but he's a very highly ranked heavyweight WBA light heavyweight. But let's say he's the interim. He's the WBA world where Kovalev is the WBA super world. But moving on, I look at this situation as being there's a certain disdain that I'm getting for Al Heyman now, is because he's becoming predictable. Now, you have our light heavyweight champion of the world, who had a beautiful 2013 that has now been ruined by the matchmaking of his promoter, advisor, manager. Now, 2013, Darnell Boone, Chad Dawson, Tavoris Cloud, Tony Bellew. 2014, Fonfara, Sukhotsky. And then in 2015, April, by the way, late spring, well, mid-spring, Fonfara again. You know why? Now, let me try to put this into perspective for you. That would be his third fight with Al Heyman. The fourth fight, meaning Stevenson. The fourth fight would have to be Sergey Kovalev or Jean Pascal. And I'm thinking like, well, let's get you one more payday before you might have to drop or lose your title. The boxing politics, ladies and gentlemen, the boxing politics. And I be trying to find some good that Al Heyman is doing for boxing or something that he's bringing to the table. But I just get upset because I think about, man, this shit is predictable. And it pisses me off. It's pissing me off. When you think of, okay, all right, what potential fights are available out there? It's not about what potential fights are available. It's the ones that he had available that he walked away from. Literally, when it went to another network. The Jean Pascal fight was available to be booked up. All he had to do was book up Jean Pascal to the point, all right, beat Volante, then you get the fight. But then guess what? Main event, Kathy Dover, Sergey Kovalev is going to be taking on Jean Pascal in a move, basically, in my opinion, to also spike Al Heyman. It's frustrating because this is the sport I say I love. This is boxing, and following as much boxing as I do, seeing this shit going on, it's extremely frustrating because it makes me think like, what the fuck is this fight for? Really? I would rather see him fight Breimer after you fought Sukhotskiy, you fought Fonfara, and then go fight him twice. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what's going on anymore in boxing, like literally. And I thought, okay, well, 2015 is going to be a big year for Al Heyman fighters. Okay, when it comes to when it comes to Pascal, when it comes to Stevenson, okay, he's got to fight Pascal or Kovalev, but he should have been done that. And there's no disrespect to Fonfara, even though Fonfara won his last bout in a card where he headlined the Al Heyman card, by the way. And he signed with Al Heyman. I'm just asking myself, like, why? And that's because the options are just not there. And the reason why the options are not there is we have to blame Stevenson because he walked away to the point where the WBC, the World Boxing Council, 1963, the WBC, you might as well call them the leading boxing organization when it comes to titles. The WBC put Adonis Stevenson in a position where, listen, you're not going to keep ducking everybody. Now, Jean Pascal is the #1 contender for your belt, but we're going to make it so that whoever wins between him and Stevenson gets to get, him and Kovalev gets to fight you now. Do you see what the WBC is doing to these Al Heyman fighters? Do you see it really is frustrating. And like I said, it looks like I'm coming at Fonfara Fonfara is a very good fighter, but it's about the fact that, goddamn, Adonis, like, why? Really, why are you doing this to us? What have we done so wrong? I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. Oh, by the way, nut ass Adonis Stevenson, he fucking unfriended me. I don't care. Please subscribe. Real Combat Media, realcombatmedia.com. I know I get a little emotional, but it's my sport of boxing. I love it. Subscribe.